Welcome to another episode of From Our Perspective, where we give these hot takes from our perspective. I'm your boy Dion, always joined by the man, the myth, the legend Q. How you doing?
Hey man, what do it is? You already know the best. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka I can't say your name on this pod. You hear me?
Yeah,
What's
man.
going down?
After like multiple weeks in a row, we up here with basically breaking news from the NBA trade deadline, All-Star announcements. They finally decided to not give us anything, but lucky for us, I guess there was a game this weekend. No, we when we was talking about it last week, it was like, damn, there's a game this weekend. And then when the game happened, it was basically the same. I guess it was a game on TV. So the Philadelphia Eagles just absolutely put BTA to the Kansas City Chiefs. It wasn't even enjoyable. Um Halftime show there was another BTA happening, Kendrick
Dion, do you want to talk about that? Because you know I don't rock. You know I don't rock with that.
You didn't rock with it.
You know I don't.
It was damn near more intense. So go ahead. Let me get your thoughts before we get to the actual game.
Man, I'm gonna share a little bit because I got saved for the mixed bass pie. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is Kendrick gave a lot of different like meanings and subliminals, and he had a bunch of different messages in his performance. And I respect that he tried to do that, but at the end of the day, the only message that you got across was that you was going to Drake. I mean, let's be real. The only message that he got across that he was going to Drake, you had to wait and get online, and everybody broke it down. But why did those messages not get across? It wasn't that entertaining.
Hot take. I thought it was into. I'm a Kendrick fan.
The ending was entertaining.
I don't like those songs.
How he set up Not Like Us and how he had Samuel Jackson out there was entertaining. The build up was it entertaining. And then him saying Drake's name,
On national, he looked at the camera in the soul. That was
yeah,
good.
yeah, that was entertaining. But the actual like before that,
All right. Don't give him too much. Don't give him too much. If
yeah,
you
because
want
it's
to
more.
hear
Because I
the
got some
most
other
more
stuff
of
though.
that, y'all know where to go. Y'all know where to go. But
I got more. I
he
got
got
more.
more. But back to the actual game, man. I will say the Chiefs did a great job of containing Saquon Barkley. He didn't go off. He didn't have no big runs, which was a little surprising. I figured Saquon would at least break off a 30-yard run on them. They wasn't having it. Spags wasn't having it. What they said was, Jalen Hurts, you got to beat us. Now we know Jalen Hurts. He is a capable passer. He's not the best passer in the world. He's not the guy that's gonna light you up for 300 week after week, but he's capable of getting you a 300-yard game or 250-yard game. He's capable of making some throws. We saw it in the last Super Bowl when he outplayed Patrick Mahomes, and we saw it in this Super Bowl where he didn't have to do too much. His defense did a lot, but the little that he had to do, was called upon to do, he did it, and he did it well, and he got the Super Bowl MVP. Personally, when they do the fan voting, I voted for Josh Sweat. I just wanted to give it to somebody on that D line because they didn't blitz not one time, and
Not once.
they got like a 48% pressure rate, which was crazy to me. So obviously, quarterback gets a little bit of a bump because he's a quarterback, understandable, but they won because of that D line.
True, but I just want to say, I said when we was calling when we did last week, I was like, man, Saquon might get one, but they gonna hold Saquon in check. I felt like we knew that going in because of simple fact, when you look at that roster offensively, when you look at that roster, only one of them was in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Only one person on that was in the running to break a record that we both thought they should have let him get.
Hmm.
So what you going if you're the defensive coordinator, what you gonna do? Then you gonna stop the dude who could have won MVP, the one who could have broke the record. That's the one you gonna stop. And you look at Jalen like, hey, I seen you do it in college. I'm gonna make you do it in the NFL. Even though
Which
you seen him do it in the NFL, like you said.
Yeah, we've seen it sparingly. We haven't seen it
Yeah,
consistently.
we gonna make you do it again. And he did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then the defense, the fact that they didn't blitz one time and they only sacked him 6 times, right?
Seemed like it felt like more.
That's the point. When you say only six, saying only six is crazy. It's a wild statement. But they only sacked him 6 times compared to what it felt like. It
Mhm.
felt like he got sacked 32 times.
A was in his face the whole game.
I don't even know if they ran 32 plays, but it felt like he got sacked 32 times. But they didn't make it off. They didn't make it past midfield one time in the first half. The
Man.
game was over. You knew the game. You knew the game was over at halftime.
And there was 2 points in this game where, like, I would say for the most part, even not as much at halftime, but for the most part, I was like, all right, Eagles, you can't bury him six. You got to bury this man about 10 feet because he's capable of coming back. I kept seeing that. Obviously, as the game started going on, I was like, all right, they might got it. But there was 2 points where I was like, damn, the Eagles really got this. It was the drive where they got
Mm-hmm.
a sack. They made Pat roll out, and he threw that pick six.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh dang. And then when I really knew, oh, this is not their night, is when DeAndre Hopkins dropped that wide open pass that probably could have been a touchdown. When D Hop dropping passes, which at one point in time, I mean, he's a little bit older. You usually don't lose the hands. You lose other stuff, your
Mm-hmm.
hands usually stay intact. There was a time where he didn't drop a pass through like 2 or 3 seasons in a row. When he dropped that wide open pass, I was like, oh, it's not the Chiefs' night. I don't think they got it.
Oh, you knew. I knew because I posted it. I said it's Philly's night because they got Pat doing things that Pat don't do. Pat
Mhm.
threw a pick six. That's something Pat don't do. That's something Pat used to do in college when he was at Texas Tech.
Yeah,
I heard him
he tried
flinging the
hard.
thing, even in his first couple years. But now Pat don't do that.
Nah,
Then
he usually throws a pick, but he don't throw a pick like
yeah,
that when he come in pick six.
that's not
And
what Pat do. And he Pat will
that's
throw. He'll
that's
throw. He'll throw one. Pat threw two.
that second pick was egregious. It was a great catch by Zach Bond, I believe, caught, but that was an egregious ass pick. Backed up, egregious ass pick.
Pat ain't. That's the other thing. He'll turn it over, but he ain't gonna turn it over on his side of the field.
Yeah,
He
that was
turned it over on his side of the field. Man,
twice.
they have Pat doing things that Pat don't do. Like you said, D Hop dropping the ball. Then Kelsey, the blocking was very. The blocking was bad.
It's been bad. It wasn't a good year for Travis Kelsey.
The blocking was bad. Like I ain't gonna stunt. They people acting like he played bad. Like don't get me wrong. Like he dropped the passes too, but one of the passes he dropped,
It
God,
was at his ankles.
yeah, it's not really his fault. So
Yeah.
the receiving issue, I would with Kelsey, I don't agree with as far as everybody saying he played bad, even him saying he played bad. I personally don't agree, but he would know better than me.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with it. But the blocking, yeah, it was kind of rough, man. It was kind of rough. It was
Yeah,
kind of rough.
and it was egregious. But I said dominating performance by the Eagles. A lot of their players is going to be there. It's still intact. Jalen Hurts is obviously going to be there. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. That O line looks like every one of them is coming back. Plus Saquon Barkley is obviously locked in with them. The defense, they got some people that could leave. I think Josh Sweat is one of them. Again, I would have had him as the Super Bowl MVP. He's one of them that contracts up. He's probably gonna get him a nice little payday. Probably not with the Eagles, with someone else, but for the most part, they got the Jalen Carter, they got Jordan Davis, they got Nolan Smith. They got the Georgia Bulldogs coming back, pretty
I was
much.
going to say, well, nah, because I think it's no Smith. No Smith's a free agent too.
Oh, Nolan Smith. Okay, well,
It's him and Sweat. They could bring back one of them.
yeah, they'll probably bring back. I think Nolan Smith would be a little bit cheaper for him.
No, I think it's the other way around.
You think Josh Sweat?
I think Josh Sweat is gonna be he gonna be the cheap one because yeah, I think he already took a little dip and paid to go to be in Philly. He
Okay,
already
okay.
did it once. He probably gonna want to stay there. So, nah,
All right, peep this. I don't, this is something else I heard we'll talk about. Something I heard from, actually, I heard that there was I want to say, watching Nightcap, pretty much watching Nightcap. I can't remember if it was recording or I think Shannon just read the quote, but pretty much Josh Sweat. It's kind of odd that you said it this soon after the Super Bowl, but he said, "I felt like I should have won the Super Bowl MVP." How do you feel about a player after winning the Super Bowl, basically saying that on his basically he's out the door. Basically, man, he basically said Jalen Hurts didn't deserve it. I should have got it. Do you,
Again,
you read too much into that?
yeah, because honestly, let's be real. You just said yourself you voted for
Yeah.
him. He know we they have. Let's be real. People pick Kansas City because of one person.
Yep.
He was one of the main, not the only reason, but one of the main reasons that that one person didn't get off.
Mm-hmm.
So of course he should be like, what you want him to be like? And I mean, Jalen played good, but we played good, but Jalen played better. What you want him to say? I just won the
Oh,
Super Bowl. I just won the Super Bowl. I got a little look at me. Man, hey man, I should have. I know what for real. Y'all scared of that man over here. Y'all keep calling Pat Jordan because he's still Jordan. Let's not get too carried
yeah.
away. You gotta keep calling that man Jordan. Man, I stopped that man. Y'all should have gave me the MVP. Man, what you want the
Yeah.
man to do?
I just feel like it was a little soon to be. You just won. I feel like it should have been like a couple years down the line. It's like, y'all know I should have got that Super Bowl MVP
Man,
around here.
man. But then we're gonna say he bringing up old stuff. You know you
You're
can't.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. But again, the Eagles look like they're pretty much intact, so they're going to be probably everybody who's going to be gunning for them next season. We'll see what happens. NFC is not as deep as the AFC.
True.
But speaking of the AFC, man, even though the Kansas City Chiefs they had a good season record wise, they went 15-2. That last loss really don't count. They was playing a JV
Yeah.
team. It don't count. They lost to the Bills. A lot of their games were super, super close. A lot of them was like they was doing black magic to get some of those wins. What you think the Chiefs need to do next season to, try to get back to their Super Bowl winning ways? Because apparently they'll probably make it to the AFC Championship game at least, because that's what they do. But what they need to do to get over that, I don't want to say get over that hump because they've been over that hump a bunch of times, but to get back to getting a ring on their finger.
The Arrowhead Invitational, the AFC Championship. Yeah,
Yeah,
they gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get there more than likely. I mean, the best thing they could do. Let's be real. We gonna point out the obvious. It's the
yeah,
offensive line.
yeah.
They talk about everybody talks about the wide receivers, and yes, the wide receivers could improve.
Need some.
Yeah, they need some improvement, but let's be real. Patrick Mahomes can make me and you look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you. I don't know about me. My knee be hurting going up the steps, bro. I don't know. But what I'm saying is he can make people look good. Get him an offensive line, and which they've tried. It just
Yeah.
ain't really. It ain't worked. But they need an
Yeah.
offensive line. They need a, and that's the thing. It's not even a whole offensive line because they center is great.
They got a good left guard. They had to move him to left tackle, but they got a good.
Yeah, so you move him back to guard. So your inside is cool. It's gonna be your tackles.
Yeah.
If they could get a great left tackle, or it's a great left tackle and a good right tackle, then everything goes away.
Let me throw out a name for you because I agree 100%. And good thing is they've been here before. That Tampa Bay Bucks Super Bowl when they played Tampa, it was the same script.
You
They
were.
kept getting pressure. So I was like, oh, we just got to do what we did after that Super Bowl and get it back. But let me throw a name out there for you. And by the way, D Hop might be retiring. So that's why they need with some receivers. But let me throw a name out there. Trent Williams. He's a little bit long in the tooth. Been a little injured here for the 49ers, but apparently he may be willing to go over there to Kansas City. I'm not sure. This is again something I've heard on Nightcap. Shannon Sharp brought it up, and I was like, when I heard it, I was like, ooh, they can get him and keep him healthy. They might be all right.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You ended it with if they could keep him healthy.
Yeah.
I don't. Trent Williams is a great football player. I don't know. Even if you get him, that's what like a 1 year, 2 year. It's 1 year, 2 year fix.
He's up in age.
I don't know. I get it. Like if you trying to win, which I get, you're trying to win now because you got Patrick Mahomes and you don't know how long Kelsey's gonna play, and if D Hop don't retire, he's on the two. But I don't know, man. Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess maybe. I guess it's the best way for me to say it. Maybe.
Trent Williams is 36, by the way. He will actually be 37 in July.
Yeah, you looking at a year, maybe two, and like you said, he stayed hurt all the time. So, like I said, that's a stopgap situation. So even if you get him, that's it. Okay, that's a stopgap, and then you still got to address the right tackle situation. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not with everybody else that points to wide receivers. If you can get, because they tried to address that as well. If you get some solid dudes, they don't got to be great. Everybody keep pitching like they need a star wide receiver. They don't need a star wide receiver. They just need some dudes that can catch.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what they need. That I mean, they already got their speed. Well, they already got their speed threats in Worthy, Hollywood, and we cannot forget the man was having a great season before Patrick Mahomes injured him. But Rasheed Rice, he was nice. He was having him a good season. Now, obviously, ACL is going to take him some time. He ain't going
Yeah,
to come back and be Rasheed Rice. But he was killing it before Patrick Mahomes took him out.
you ain't got to say it like that.
He was.
I
I
mean,
mean, that's what happened. Did you watched it?
I'm just saying you ain't got to say it like that. That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to say it like that. But I mean, what had to happen. You ain't got to say it like that. Yeah, no, I don't think wide receiver is the biggest issue. Left tackle, right tackle, they got a young defense and they gonna continue to improve, but you can always continue to bolster that up.
As long as they got Steve Spags, I ain't worried about the defense. He gonna figure
Hmm.
it out.
He gonna just give him some dudes.
Yeah,
He'll make it work. And then
yeah,
Andy Reid, give him some wide receivers. He'll make it work. All
yeah,
you gotta do is get left tackle, right tackle. That's it.
yeah. That's it.
That's it. It ain't that hard. We saying that. But if Kelsey actually does retire, they actually gonna need Mahomes to have a bond with somebody else. Because what makes Mahomes so special is that like those late plays that you need a first, who he's going to because he has that bond and that relationship with Kelsey.
They know where each other's gonna be.
Yeah, so if Kelsey does retire, you're gonna have to get him a safety valve.
Mm.
But I don't think Kelsey. I personally don't think Kelsey's gonna retire.
I think he'd come back for one more year. After that loss, he feel like he was.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. But this other thing, how much do you want to play Kelsey? Because
If he does come back, he's gonna have to take a pay cut because that he got a nasty cap hit coming up.
yeah, he's gonna take a pay cut. And let's be real, man, he's gonna he ain't gonna play as many snaps next year as he did this year. Because you kind of got to save him for. All right, man, Herb. We know what we gonna do. If you only play 15, 20 snaps in the first couple games, man, don't even worry about it. Let's
Yeah.
let's ramp it up. Let's build to it. Hell, you know what? Take the first 3 weeks off.
They'll get him there. That's all that
We
matters.
we know what we doing. We know why we here. Like take the first 3 weeks off.
All right, so again, Patrick Mahomes, this wasn't like the Tampa Bay game. He looked great under pressure, throwing laid out passes, point blanks. The receivers they couldn't do too much. This one, he just looked awful. Did Patrick Mahomes GOAT debate take a hit for you after this performance? Because it was terrible.
You think it would, but no. I can't let one game change my entire mind because again, people only picked Kansas City because of that one man.
Yeah,
We knew Philly was the better team all the way around. The only positive that Kansas City had over Philly was the quarterback position. Every other position Philly had, wide receivers, running back, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, corners. Like let's Kansas City defensive line got Chris Jones on it. He ain't no scrub.
yeah,
We still going with man. Philly got dudes on top of dudes. Yeah, nah. But as far as the GOAT debate, nah, I'm not gonna let one game define.
I agree. I know a lot of people's like, oh, that's over. GOAT debate's over.
Cause he still
Now,
got.
with a caveat, this is a little bit of a projecting because
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes is still 29. I got what Tom Brady's stats was at 29. Patrick Mahomes blows him out the water. This is projecting. Now, I don't know if I don't think Patrick Mahomes would get seven. That's ridiculous. But right now he's at what, three?
He's at three.
He's at three. I think he at least gets two more before he hangs it up. So let's go ahead and get right into the start bench cuts. It's where we at. But before we give the three names, I just do want to point out the stats of a 29-year-old Patrick Mahomes and a 29-year-old Tom Brady. Both had three Super Bowls. Mahomes had 245 touchdown passes. Brady had 147. Mahomes had 74 picks. Brady had 78 picks. Mahomes had 18 playoff wins. Brady had 12 playoff wins. Mahomes had two MVPs. Brady had zero. And I don't find wins at quarterback stat, but they gave it to me. Mahomes' record at 29 is 89 and 23. Brady's record is 70 and 24. So Mahomes blows him out the water. So projecting, I still think Patrick Mahomes is still the GOAT if his career doesn't end today, which I don't think it will. But a couple weeks ago, we had a start bench cut. We was gonna do it. Then NBA wanted to hit us with a bunch of stuff at once. Appreciate you. We
The
appreciate you.
NBA, the NBA said, "Hold my bird."
Yeah, appreciate you. But start bench cut edition, GOAT edition was Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady. Initially, it was kind of tough. And the only reason why it was tough for me is I hold Peyton Manning to a high regard.
And
One of
you
my
should.
favorite one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. Considering where we live at, I got a lot of Peyton Manning games, so I've watched a lot of Peyton Manning. But you gotta call a spade a spade. Peyton Manning is known as a great regular season quarterback, and he's been iffy in the playoffs. So unfortunately, you gotta cut Peyton Manning. It hurt me. I'm gonna start. I still think Patrick Mahomes is the soon to be GOAT projecting, but I'm gonna start Tom Brady and cut Patrick Mahomes only because I don't want to see Tom Brady because I know if I bench him, I'm gonna see him somewhere down the line.
So
He gonna pay.
you gonna start Brady, bench Pat, and cut Peyton.
Hey, yep,
Okay, that's the thing. All right, so here's the thing, right? Like you said, I love you some Peyton,
yeah,
and I think Peyton is very entertaining off the field as well.
yeah,
Say that.
very.
I think it's. I think it depends on the situation for me,
Mhm.
but I'm just gonna go overall. Overall, I'm gonna I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna cut Peyton, even though it's like real close. Because Peyton, he looked like an NFL quarterback.
Mhm.
For me, he like the depth. What I think of a quarterback, he is what I think it is of that era. Now it's a completely different era because
Yeah, you gotta be able to move a little bit.
yeah, 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 Peyton wasn't moving. He wasn't moving. So yeah, nah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cut Peyton, bench Pat, and start Brady. And that's just off career.
Yeah,
That's going off career. Now, if I'm just going off of who I want to be my quarterback, I'm gonna start Pat.
100%. I agree 100%.
I'm gonna start Pat off the rip.
So I mean, I guess it wasn't hard. The next one, I
It was
still
hard.
hate.
Now you're not gonna do Peyton like that, Dion. It was hard.
It was hard. It was hard, but we came to the same conclusion. Kind of surprised we came to the same conclusion. The next one we'll probably do it next week. I'll post it Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I was mad at you when you sent it to me. I'm just gonna say it. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna just tease it at that. I was mad at you.
Why am I just not finding out about this? I
I was mad at you when you was like, no, you didn't just send me this.
said it a couple weeks ago. You just now telling me you was mad at
Hey, I was like, no, you didn't just send me this and having me have to pick between these three guys. Man, just a little teaser. It is three quarterbacks. There's another quarterback one. You guys see it. I'll probably post it Monday. Give it a couple of days to marinate. But yeah, when you sent it to me, I looked at it. It's like, no, you didn't. Just got me having to pick between these three guys. Man. But before we exit the quarterback GOAT debate, a lot of people consider now obviously I didn't watch a single snap of this man. I've seen some highlights, seen some stories. People talk super highly of Joe Montana. They say he was the Brady before Brady, four Super Bowl wins. Yeah, four Super Bowl wins, three Super Bowl MVPs, two regular season MVPs. I just a gaudy amount of stats. He also won a national championship, if that matters to you, with Notre Dame in the Super Bowl. Never threw a pick in the Super Bowl, which I feel like that's something to talk about. But Joe Montana, where does Joe Montana in your eyes? I know you probably don't remember watching him much at all. I know you use it like with Kansas City, probably the time you start watching because he was with Kansas City pretty late.
it. Yeah, yeah. I don't even remember watching me in the top of my head. It's hard for me because I didn't see him, but I'm going off stats.
You look at his stats; they're not that great.
That's the thing. Another
But
thing is,
back in that time, they really wasn't throwing the rock like they do.
yeah. So, but you gotta look at his stats, but put it in that context of the offense that they run now. Offenses numbers that we see now and the offenses that they run now is not the offense that we see now. But for his time, he was doing his damn thing when it comes to numbers. But here's the thing, though. He had Jerry Rice.
Mm-hmm. People consider him the greatest football player to ever do it.
Yeah, like he had Jerry Rice. That's just it's kind of a cheat code, like, don't get me wrong. I know Brady had Gronk. I know Pat had Travis. I know. But as great as Gronk and Kelsey are, they are not
Jerry
Jerry
Rice,
Rice. And them two dudes is going to them two dudes is going to walk in the Hall of Fame.
first ballot.
You think? I don't know. They be kind of petty the NFL first. Oh no,
Yeah,
that's why I just said Hall of Fame, y'all. Bro, I ain't even trying to take shots at the NFL team, people like that, but they do be kind of petty with them folks. Bro.
yeah. They hold first ballot to a high regard. You ain't just ain't
Oh,
anybody getting in.
like To wasn't a first ballot.
Mm,
They made Terrell Owens wait,
that's crazy.
bro. If you gonna make To wait, I don't know who's the first ballot Hall of Fame, so I'm not gonna say that. But Kelsey and Gronk are both gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
But there's Hall of Fame, then there's the Hall of All Times, and that's where Jerry Rice is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
Rule.
having the greatest wide receiver of all time is kind of like a cheat code. So it does bring him down a little bit to me. So I would still cut him
All right. Yes,
just
we
for that
can.
reason. But that's my reason. But that'd be my beef, like in the NBA conversations when we talk about Kareem and Magic. Well, they played together.
Yeah.
So I mean, they had each other, but I give Kareem the nod because he did win one without Magic, but he won that with Oscar Robertson, which was a great too. So I don't know,
Triple
man.
double.
But when you got Jerry Rice,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's kind of
It's
hard,
tough.
bro.
It's
It's
crazy. And look at Joe Montana stats again. They're nothing eye popping. But for that time, I'm sure they was. 273 touchdowns, 139 picks. He threw for 40,551 yards. He did rush for 20 rushing TDs, so you can add that on there. Had a 63.2 uh, percentage, so pretty good. Wasn't, but just put that in comparison. We're going to have, I compare it to Tom Brady. Tom Brady has 89, 214 passing yards. 649 TDs, 212 picks, 64.3% passing. So Tom Brady.
It's not fair though.
Yeah.
Like I said, numbers. We have to compare him to the numbers of people of that era. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah. And I also got Patrick Mahomes. So pretty much, if you look at Patrick Mahomes and you look at Joe Montana, Patrick Mahomes basically got Joe Montana's career stats now. He has a 66.6 passing percentage, 245 touchdowns, 74 picks, 32,352 passing yards. So basically, that's crazy to think about.
they
Patrick
did throw the
Mahomes,
ball in. Like Terry Bradshaw got full range, and he probably threw the ball 15 times a game. Like no, being for real, bro. Like no shade. And it wasn't like they was some deep passes. They was throwing five hitches,
hey,
5 yard
the
hitches, bro.
slants,
Like
the hitches. Hey, every now and then they'll throw a non-ball when they feel like the cornerback is weak.
that's not what they was doing. So yeah,
So I guess we both agree we'll cut Joe Montana, but 4 Super Bowls and no picks, that is a crazy,
that's incredible.
crazy fact. Also, so since we're talking about cutting quarterbacks, the New York Jets is actually cutting one in real life. They're actually cutting one of the probably the most talented quarterbacks to lace them up, Aaron Rodgers, that bad man himself. So, what is your reaction to the Jets cutting Aaron Rodgers? And after you give me your reaction, I'm gonna tell you the stipulations that they gave him to if he wanted to come back, and then also tell me where he should go, and tell me why it should be the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, first, I want to react to the fact that you said he was the most talented quarterback ever. Like we ain't just talked about Patrick.
One of the most talented, but
Uh,
yes,
okay,
that
okay.
arm, that
All
arm.
right. I'm saying Pat does everything Aaron Rodgers do like a little bit better. So I'm just saying we just talked about that man. Uh, where okay. First off, them. I mean, we knew it was coming. He played horrible. Okay, horrible strong.
Horrible for his standards.
Horrible for his standards. He played decent. Like he's 40 some years old. Tom Brady and LeBron got people thinking they gonna play forever.
Yeah.
Stop. Y'all not them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not them. Where I think he should go? Home. Jeopardy. I think that's what he should do.
That's actually
I
a great
think that he
idea.
should do the Jeopardy thing. Go do the Pat McAfee thing. Like that's his. I think that's what he should do now.
Right.
Because I hate to see the people we seen as all time or well, let's not say all time, but great players. I hate to see him go out, bad. I don't want him to go out any worse than looking any worse than what he did now. So for that, I say, go to Jeopardy.
I don't disagree with you. I actually agree with you 100%. But just for the sake of wanting to see it, I want to see him go to Minnesota. He's not. I
Mm-hmm.
highly doubt that they'll get him. But just the irony in it would just be hilarious to me. And then I can go ahead and add to my agenda that Jordan Love will be a Minnesota Viking in about 15 years.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening.
So, yeah, watching Nightcap, Shannon Sharp put me up on game. Uh, Diana Rossini, I think,
Yeah.
reported there was a couple stipulations that the Jets told Aaron Rodgers, if you want to come back, you got to do. Got any guesses what any of them are?
Take a pay cut and be prepared to come off the bench.
No, it wasn't that. It was one of them was no more Pat McAfee.
I can see. I did just say something about McAfee. I can see. I can see why they said that.
Yeah, they said no more Pat McAfee. And the second one, it might have been more, but the two that I remember was no more Pat McAfee and anything that's mandatory, you there. No retreat, no Oscar Waska, no political stuff, anything doing with mandatory training camp, you are there. So I don't know which stipulation that the Jets gave when they had Aaron Rodgers like, nah, I'm good. But, hey,
So the
you do.
training camp thing, I agree with. I don't. I feel like You should.
That's reasonable for real.
I
It's
don't think that's unreasonable. I think that's like realistically okay. Cool. You're going to come to training camp, especially when you go into a new team, and then the way that y'all looked last year, you should be wanting. You should want to be at training camp to help improve the team. At least from my perspective, I think you should want to be at training camp to help the team, help improve the team, so y'all don't look like the way y'all did the previous year. The Pat McAfee thing, I feel like I get it. Also at the same time, it's kind of like, bro, you knew what you were signing up for when you got him. So why are you attempting to? That cat's out the bag.
yeah.
Why are you trying to put that stuff back?
He's a regular. Like he's a part of the show.
He has a every day. I mean, not every day. On this day, you know he gonna be there.
Tuesday. Every
You
Tuesday.
you know what day he gonna be there. It's kind of like I always joke because I listen to Tony Korn has a podcast, and on Mondays, that first guest block is Michael Wilbon. Every Monday, unless Michael Wilbon's on vacation or something, or they don't record. That's the only that's the only time he ain't there. Is when Michael Wilbon's on vacation and he can't record. But let me tell you, if he can get there on the Wednesday, he'll be there. I mean, that's what's gonna happen. The same thing with Aaron. You know Pat. You know the days he's gonna be on the Pat McAfee show. You knew that when you signed up for him. So what you gonna put that one? That's on y'all. Y'all should have said that when he first got there.
Yeah.
You should have known it was gonna be. That's one of the things you could see that was gonna be a problem down. You should have. You seen it was gonna be a problem down the line at some point. Why you gonna do it now? Hell, I don't understand why the first thing should have been, hey, bro, you gonna take a pay cut because the pay that we gave you don't equal the play that you gave us. I don't
Yeah.
understand why that wasn't the
It
first.
might have been, but like, so those are the main two that I know that Shannon Sharp talked about at Dino season reported, which hey, the second one, training camp, that is reasonable. 100% reasonable. Your starting quarterback showing up to training camp. I would hope that would happen.
On a new team. After we going to talk about last year, on a new team, you didn't want
Yeah.
to come to
Shoot, you got a new coach. It's gonna be new stuff. So I would.
that's this year exactly. Why you got to be there this year? We got a new coach.
Yeah.
We ain't go. Oh, shit.
So obviously the New York Jets will probably be in the quarterback market this offseason and during the draft. They get like the seventh pick, I believe. So they got some work to do. They may last mock draft I did see, I saw them drafting Jackson Dart from Old Miss, which to me is a reach. But we will talk about the draft when we get there.
That is a reach.
Yeah, that's the last I saw. I was like, well,
He's a first round. Okay, we'll wait.
yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, because obviously the draft will be coming up in April. So we got plenty of time to talk about who we want our teams to draft. Trust me, we'll get there. We'll get there. But let's go ahead and move on to the NBA. Back to the NBA. Y'all gave us a lot last couple of weeks. Y'all ain't give us nothing this week. But it is All-Star break, so y'all got a little bit of break. All-Star weekend is this weekend. What's your excitement level, Q?
A six.
Damn
Like
that.
it's outside weekend, bro. I don't really. As the thing about, I don't never get up. I don't never get too up for All Star Weekend. And the thing that bothers me now is they take a whole. They stop playing games on that Thursday. They don't come back until the following Thursday.
Mhm.
Everybody get a week off, and some teams getting a week and a half off. I don't really. So now I ain't got no. You know me. Now I ain't got no NBA for.
To watch.
Quit this, man. All right, man. Whatever, bro. That's where my attitude. That's where my attitude is at. It's like, all right, bro. Yeah, yeah, I get it, bro.
Yeah, I'm a 3-4. I'm interested in seeing how this new format will play out. I'm not interested in the 3-point or the dunk contest. Honestly, I couldn't tell you who's in either one of them. So
I know that
I know what Matt McChung, whatever his name is,
McClung. I think McClung.
the defending dunk contest champion, he's in it. But man, I don't know. They got this that dunk contest ain't been it's been garbage. Outside of 2016, that thing been garbage.
You want me to be honest though? Can I say this?
What's
it,
up?
I feel like I'm pretty sure other people have said it, but I think it's time we share this on this podcast. The reason the dunk contest has fell off is LeBron James' fault.
I don't disagree with you.
The,
It,
the,
I've heard people say it, but people have said it. I'm just gonna say this. I'm assuming it's the same reason LeBron James made it uncool for superstars to be in the dunk contest by him not doing it.
Dr. J did it.
Hmm.
Dominique did it.
Yep.
Clyde did it. Michael did it. Kobe did it.
Vince
All
Carter.
the Vince Carter did it. I think did T Mac do it 1 year?
Yeah, he did it 1 year too.
You made it uncool. Like you said, you made it uncool. You a superstar. You going down as one of the greatest NBA players of all time. The only great NBA players that didn't do it was point guards, centers, and power forwards. Everybody else did
Yep.
it. Everybody else did it. Why didn't you do it? Once you didn't do it, now the rest of them don't want to do it. Zion ain't been in the dunk contest. Why the hell is Zion not in the dunk contest? The least your ass can do, because your ass don't play half the damn time, is be in a damn dunk contest. That's the least your ass can do. John Morant, same thing. Your ass want to point guards. Won't you point at the basketball rim and dunk it in the dunk contest? But LeBron started that. It's LeBron's fault.
Yeah.
And as great as LeBron is, and all the great work that that man has done, and I don't want to take away from none of that. But as far as the dunk contest, oh yeah, that's LeBron's fault. And it's going to take a star to be like, okay, man, I'm going in it.
Yeah. And man, I'm looking at you. You should be in one of these damn dunk contests too, boy.
But he
I
ain't gonna
mean,
do it.
uh, since we here, why do you think he didn't do it? Do you think was scared to not win it?
He ain't want to be embarrassed. That's all it boiled down to. But you LeBron, when you LeBron, they gonna give it to you.
If you do just the simplest
Your
360 between the legs,
your 7 dunk is gonna get you a 10 because you LeBron. As a word, somebody else gonna come in and do it. Their 7 is gonna be an 8, or it's gonna be a 7. But you LeBron, so your 7 is gonna be a 10. You gonna win versus whoever you going against. But he ain't do it. Now, so I mean, this is LeBron's fault. I'm just gonna keep it real. KD didn't do it, but KD 7 foot
I
top.
can see him not doing it.
You understand why KD don't do it.
Yeah,
Giannis is a power forward. You understand why Giannis don't do it. Joker, Luca, these dudes ain't dunkers. Shea really ain't a high flyer neither. Even Jalen Brown did it.
yeah, that's probably the last star that I
That,
remember doing it
that's
for
the
me.
last I'd have done it in I don't know how long.
Damn, that is the last star I remember.
Hell, Dwight Howard got out there and did a dunk contest. That was, but before Jalen Brown. I mean Jalen Brown. After that, it was Dwight Howard, because don't get me wrong, Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, they put on shows, but
Yeah,
we don't look at them as stars.
not the superstar level like the rest. Yeah.
Zach LaVine out here doing dunk contests. We look at him as a star. He out here putting on a show
Hot take. Yeah, he became a star because of the dunk contest.
because of the dunk
Him
contest.
and Aaron Gordon. Hot take. That Dwight Howard dunk where he just threw it in the rim, that wasn't a dunk from my perspective.
I mean, but that ain't hot take. We all knew that.
Yeah, that wasn't a dunk. But yeah, 3-point contest. I don't three it usually is somewhat exciting. Again, I don't know who's in it. I'm pretty sure Steph's not doing it this year. So
Nah, Steph ain't. I know Dame's in it. Steph and damn, I can't think of her name. Shoot.
it's not
Sabrina.
so great. They're doing
Sabrina.
it again
They canceled. They was going to, but they canceled it. They called
because
it
of
off.
Caitlin Clark
Yeah,
backed out.
yeah. But can you blame Caitlin Clark?
No, her reasoning was 100% valid. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put the light on the WNBA All-Star game.
they
Shit,
they scrapped it, and I ain't mad at it.
if the WNBA smart, they pick up the phone and call Steph and they call Clay. It's like, hey, y'all want to come to ours? I don't know when they are. So I'm pretty sure it's sometime in the summer. Which I
They,
mean, it's probably a little tough sometimes maybe to get Steph and Clay out the bed in the summertime. But they hoop us.
they said, "Hey, bro," they said, Jeremy was like, "Do you know Clay? Clay in the summer when it ain't NBA season, he on that boat. He ain't talking to us. He not talking to
Yeah,
us." So yeah, I mean, it might be a little hard to get Clay, but hey, you can ask. If you can't
yeah.
get Clay, I'm sure you can get.
Dame.
I'm sure you can get Steph to call KD and be like, "Hey, you know," and KD's a hooper. KD love
Oh,
basketball.
yeah, he hooping.
So
He a
KD,
shooter.
you call KD, KD will be like, bro, I slide. It's just
Yeah. If the WNBA smart, that's what they would do. That's what I would do. But even though whoever wins the 3-point contest, it's like, all right, congratulations, you're still not the best shooter in the NBA. We know who that is, and that's not changing anytime soon. So again, we're at the All Star break.
hold on.
Anything?
Let me tell you about who's in the 3-point because I looked it up.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Buddy Hield, Cam Johnson, which I'm surprised he didn't get traded. Damian Lillard and Norman Powell, who should have been an All Star.
Okay, some decent names, some somewhat stars. Better go ahead. I
Dame
know
is
you
a
got the
star.
dunk. I know you got the. I know you
Dame
got.
is a star. Like
Yeah,
we,
Dame's a star.
the
Tyler
rest of
Hero's
them,
got somewhat of a star. Jalen
Jalen
Brunson's a
Brunson.
star.
So yeah, it's two
Yeah,
stars.
yeah. What's the dunk contest? Let's see what these owls are.
Oh, okay. Do Martez Bazelis. I don't know who to say that.
Who?
I don't know. Stephon Castle plays for the
I
Spurs.
I know.
Andre Jackson Jr. played for the Bucks.
Okay.
I know
And
him. I do know him. And then Matt McClung, G League.
yeah, they brought him back because hey, you won last year. I know you're the G League, but come on, bro. We need you.
We
We
got to
need
keep.
some type of recognition.
But that's the thing, though, for real, for real. Here's my brother. I'm the NBA. I'm like, yo, somebody put him on the roster, and he could be y'all 12th man. Y'all can send him down to the G League, but keep letting him come back and forth. Because y'all ain't playing y'all 12th man anyway. If I'm the NBA, I'm calling somebody be like, just put him on your roster.
It sounds a little bad when you gotta go get a G League guy.
Yeah, it doesn't. It don't. It don't help. Yeah, it don't help bring back the. It don't help bring back the luster. You know what I mean?
So obviously, we're at the All Star break. Not much to really talk about. We talked about a little bit during it, but one big thing we need to talk about is the Lakers. They ain't got a center. Mark Williams apparently he didn't pass his physical, so he's back with the Charlotte Hornets. Dalton Connect's back with the Los Angeles Lakers, and it showed in that last game against Utah. They got abused in the paint by Utah, and Utah's not good.
Not at
Just
all.
calling spade a spade. So that's a note. The Warriors, they got a little run going on with Jimmy Butler. What's going on? Philadelphia 76ers, the process looks like it's over. So, where you want to start, man? I mean, we at the All-Star break.
So the Lakers situation. Dalton Connect told JJ Redick, "Hey, I don't want to come back yet. I need to take a couple of days to come before I come back to the team, saying I got traded and then it got rescinded, so I'm back on the team." And then Charlotte out here like, man, the Lakers did that on purpose. We did physicals on him. He's perfectly fine. The Lakers just wanted to fail the trade for whatever reason. They wanted to back up out the trade. And they said Mark Williams might do a buyout with Charlotte because he no longer want to be there because he got traded. So he might end up on the Lakers anyway.
Oh no, if I'm the Lakers, hell no.
If I
I
can
mean, if
get,
I'm not the Lakers, if I'm the Hornets, hell no.
I'm not gonna give you a buyout
No.
just because I know you might end up hurt. And they just signed Alex Lynn. They waived Christian Wood to get Alex Lynn, so they do have like a center now. I don't know how much he gonna play,
Yes.
but you know what I'm saying. I don't know how much he gonna play. With the Lakers situation, man, the Lakers is still fourth in the West, and it's surprising the mess out of me because who really thought that the Lakers was gonna be fourth in the West?
That consistent, yeah. I figured that'd be for sure a play-in team.
They're fourth in the West, but then again, they only 2-3 games away from being a play-in team because the West is like that. So if Luka don't play and LeBron don't play a bunch of games, then they could end up in that play-in game. Speaking of which, there was a Saturday night primetime game. ESPN switched their stuff around so they could have
Oh,
NBA on the prime time, and they smoothed the college games around. Cool. Just
just because
for
they not like Luke was playing.
just for Luka not to play, and not only did Luka not play, LeBron didn't play.
Mm-hmm. That's y'all problem, NBA.
they said they was gonna do something about these dudes resting these primetime games. They really need to do something about dudes resting these primetime games. LeBron, you could have rested that next Monday when you was playing Utah. Well, I think, you know what I'm saying? It's a Saturday night. It's a Saturday night primetime game. We need you to play this game.
It wasn't even Saturday night. It was Saturday evening. The Lakers is never on in the evening. They always on at 10:30.
Was they not? No, I think it was the night because they played the Pacers. It was the night game.
Could have sworn it was like at 2.
Nah, I think it was the. Was it the two game? It might have been an afternoon game because it was a Saturday night game. I think you're right. I think it was like it was full. I'm tripping. It was
But yeah,
full.
but the Lakers is never on that. They always on at 10:30. I'm like,
It
man.
was because they played the Pacers and then we still lost. We lost to the Lakers without LeBron and Luca, and we let damn I was already saying what's the white boy's name?
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves put 40 on us.
Yeah,
He
y'all
put
still need to
40.
defend
He put
so for some reason.
man, when you let Austin Reeves put up 40, Austin Reeves put up 30, cool. You let him put up 40? All right, bro, what we doing? But the Lakers situation. I mean, it's still the surprising stuff that they in fourth. I want to talk about Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about Philly for a minute?
Go ahead. Process might be over.
Dog, Paul George looked cooked, and you know it hurts me to say that because I love Paul George because of the time he played in Indiana. But that man looked done like a well done steak didn't turn into a leather boot. You hear me? That man looks done. Like you can't even stick a fork in him as how done he is. I don't know what happened. Like I can't explain it. I know he missed some games, but he's played enough that he should be in some type of game shape, right?
We should be.
I don't, I don't understand. Joel Embiid, hey, bro, at this point, shoot, y'all might be going to try to avoid that contract, even though I know you can't. You might want to try to figure out some way to get off that money because what you his knee.
He's got that I think knee issue and they're trying to figure the Sixers are trying to figure out what they can do. They want to avoid surgery at all costs.
Man, we had All Star break and I don't think what they got like 20 some wins. Where is it at? Where is it at? Let me find it. They got 20. They got 20 wins. We're at All Star break and they got 20 wins. Forget like how what they could do to make a late push. At this point, you might as well go and shut Joel down.
Back to the tank season, huh?
You shut Joel down and then you let Paul George play in the shape a little bit, but then you shut him down too because you don't want him to get hurt. And then you go in the next year like, okay, this is it. If y'all don't make a crack this year, hey Paul George, we're gonna have to get rid of you. Joel, we're gonna get rid of you too. And we're gonna build around Maxi.
That's probably what they gotta do, man. Because
It don't
it's
it,
not
it don't
look,
make no sense for Philly to be this bad.
it's not looking good. Uh, Philly right now they sitting out of the play in the East. When you out of the play in the East, you're a bad team. 20-34. They've lost 5 in a row. They're a game and a half back from the Chicago Bulls, who were supposed to be terrible for the last play-in spot.
Well, they still terrible.
Yeah, they still terrible. You're right. They still terrible.
They still terrible. Oh, whoa now. They still terrible. They just a little bit better than Philly, who is worse.
But yeah, so like it's just odd because the Hawks and the Bulls are well coming into the season, you felt like the Sixers would at least get at worst a fifth seed.
Yeah.
Fifth seed.
Yeah.
They at 11 right now. Sitting from first place, they sitting 24 games back from first place. They have the same record as the Brooklyn Nets, who just bought out Ben Simmons.
You know what was crazy? I actually wanted him.
You actually wanted him?
Somebody actually wanted Ben Simmons. Cleveland actually wanted Ben Simmons. I'm like, who want him?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he can defend somebody. I don't know. He can't shoot to save his life. It's sad. So yeah, it's rough for 76ers. I know. I just know Philly fans. At least y'all got the Eagles. At least y'all got the Eagles because The Sixers ain't gonna do it for y'all.
The Sixers ain't gonna do it for y'all whatsoever, dog. No whatsoever. They cooked. You hear me?
Yeah, so
They done.
that championship window looks like it is closed. Hopefully, Daryl Morey can open it back up.
No, he can't. Stop it, D.
Build.
You know he can't. You know damn well he can't.
I mean, you gotta do something. Maybe you trade, like I said, get rid of Joel, get rid of Paul, build around Tyrese, and try to open that window open a little bit. But you probably not. Daryl Morey might not be the GM for the 76ers much longer, honestly.
That's the thing. You gotta wait. You gotta at least give them next year because their argument's gonna be who was healthy.
True.
So you gotta at least give them next year. Why I don't know, but
Okay. So while we at the GM talk, glad we there. Nico, the GM for the Dallas Mavericks, who's all apparently he's getting death threats. Which, come on, guys,
it
we
ain't that deep.
it ain't that deep. I understand. He's getting death threats. Oh, one thing I will say, that Mavericks fan Ollie Mouth was firing Nico. Y'all ain't have to escort him out the stadium or the arena. He just said fire Nico. He ain't cuss. He just said fire Nico. He expressed his feelings in a non-disrespectful way. Y'all didn't have to escort that man out that arena, man. I'm just saying. Y'all have to. But with this trade, obviously they traded Luca to the Lakers and got Anthony Davis for it. I've said it's shortened their championship window, but they still have a championship window with Anthony Davis, Kyrie. A little older, better defensive team. Anthony Davis went up and got hurt as after he's done so well the past couple of seasons. He got hurt. My question to you, Q, is how long does Nico have before he gets the can for making this trade? If for this not to be so, like if it goes left, how long he gets?
Okay, here's my thing though, right? You don't trade Luca unless the owner say, yeah, trade Luca.
Which apparently seems like that kind of happened.
And then I don't think it can be a kinda in that situation.
Yep.
You don't trade a young, phenomenal player like Luca unless the owner unless the owner has said something to you about, man, I don't know if I want to pay this dude.
Yeah, it's by the way, the Mavericks have Mark Cuban is not the majority owner. He's a minority owner. They have a different
Yeah,
majority
it's
owner. So
different.
just FYI for those out there that wasn't sure. I know there was a lot of people blaming Mark Cuban. He had nothing to do with it. Mark Cuban himself said he would rather divorce his wife than trade Luca. And apparently, when he found out about it, it was like 30 minutes before it was official. He tried to get it stopped. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, because I think the last I heard, Mark was supposed to be still in charge of like basketball decisions, but I guess he's not no more.
No,
Because there was,
clearly not.
I remember when they first when they first had that sale, the owner, I don't know his name, the owner was still letting Mark be in charge of basketball decisions. So that clearly is not happening no more. But Nico doesn't do that unless the owner tells him to do it, or if he goes to the owner and presents it, and the owner says, "Yeah, go ahead." So y'all getting mad at the GM. You also need to be mad at the owner too, because
Mhm.
y'all owner, the governor. Sorry, that's what the NBA calls him.
Yeah.
The governor of that team decided, "Hey, I don't want to pay him." Okay, that's fine. So how can Nico be on the short stick if the governor is the one who made the decision?
Good point. Good point.
That ain't fair to Nico. Now is it gonna be fair? No, because life ain't fair, and Nico's black.
Yep.
I hate to bring race into stuff, but sometimes race is realistically. Nico gonna get a king. He gonna get 2 years.
And obviously, the governor, if the team goes bad, the fans is already out. He could save the owner could save face by firing him and getting somebody else in there and putting a new fresh coat of paint on the team by doing that to bring some fan bases back.
You
He
think
can
so?
still do that when obviously he's part of it, but he can throw Nico right in front of that bus if he wants to. He's already in front of it. He can just go ahead and kick him down and make sure he stays there.
But it ain't Nico's fault. It ain't Nico's fault. The owner had to clear it out, man. But it's like you traded for Anthony Davis knowing he was already hurt. I don't even understand why they played him. They should have let him sit a little bit longer.
Yeah.
He was
I
still recovering.
I think why they played him was like, oh, we made this big trade. These fans is mad at me. We got to get him out there as soon as possible. I think it was that type of situation, which hey felt went left on right now. So we'll see. I mean, looking at the standings, I just had it up. The Mavericks, they're in the play-in right now. They're eight. So,
Yeah,
but we
Anthony
know how the
Davis.
West is. You have a good weekend, you could end up fourth.
Yeah, but Anthony Davis is going to be out for a month, and then Kyrie got some. He got a back situation, so they might end up in the play. They might end up in a play-in situation, or honestly, they could fall out if Anthony Davis is really out for a month.
They could fall out because they're only 2.5 games in front of the 11 seed Phoenix Suns, and you know the Phoenix Suns gonna make a push. You know
Do
the
we know that?
Warriors.
Hold on, let's stop real
All
quick.
right, we gotta talk
Let's
about the Suns.
let's stop it real quick. Do we know that? Because I was listening to some people. It's a conversation we're gonna have at a later date. But is Kevin Durant overrated?
Hell no. He might be coming down a little bit, but he ain't overrated. That's Kevin. You know who he is. That's
All
Kevin
right,
Durant.
all right, man. I guess we're gonna have a conversation there that we
We
can
gotta
cover.
have that. I will say one thing. He probably felt blindsided about the trade to him being traded.
Yeah, and he feel a way about it.
He probably felt a little way about it. If he could go back, he'd probably be like, "Hey, get me up out of there. Send me to Miami or something."
Hey,
But hey,
hear me out. I don't know. I don't know if I feel this way, but the conversation has been presented, and I can understand the argument. I I I ain't really thought 100% into it, but let me present the argument. Yes, he did just score his 30,000 point, right? And people gives him the shade because he won those two rings in Golden State. I am not one of those people. I think a ring is a ring, but yes, it did make it impossible when you put Kevin Durant on that team. It's only so much you can do, and for LeBron to still get his team in competitive, LeBron to get his team into competitive games versus that team, it shows how great LeBron is. I know I shitted on LeBron a little bit just by it, but they did show how great LeBron is. So back to KD. Okay, when he left Philly, I mean not when he left Philly, when he left Golden State and he went to Brooklyn. Yeah, like the first year and a half he was hurt, but when he was healthy and on the court, what did they do? Come on, what they do?
when he was healthy, talking about Brooklyn,
Yeah, Brooklyn.
man, they did okay.
Cool, but they didn't make a conference finals.
No,
I think they did make. No, they didn't make a conference
no,
finals.
they didn't. He was a toe away.
He was
A
a total
toe
away
away.
for a conference final. They didn't make a conference finals. They didn't make a finals. Cool. He's on Phoenix. Look at Phoenix record right now.
He did okay. I'll give you Phoenix. In
He
Brooklyn,
now
everybody said that team could have made it to the finals if it wasn't for Kyrie being hurt and James Harden being half of a James Harden. He almost look at it. He was a
but
toe away by
he from
himself.
making hold on, he was a total away from making it to a conference finals, not an
By
actual.
himself.
But he was still had to make it to the finals. You
Right.
look at Kevin Durant when he's the solo star of a team. Those teams does not. Only one of them teams made the finals. He only been to the finals one time without Steph.
And he was young and got destroyed by the Heatles.
Durant, he affects for as great as he affects winning. He plays defense because he uses that 7 foot frame and that length. You would think his teams would be better. That's what the argument was. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but I do understand the argument. I also understand the argument that Kevin Durant is probably the best pure scorer that the NBA has ever seen.
I agree with that 100%.
So I don't know, Dion. I don't know. We gotta think about it. We
Nah,
don't have
I
to
don't
really think
think
about
he's overrated, but hey. So
it. Okay, is he a top 10 player all time?
shit. That's tough.
Okay, cool. I mean, is he better than Michael?
No,
Is he better than LeBron?
no,
Is he better than Kobe?
no,
Is he better than Steph?
no,
Is he better than Shaq?
nope,
Is he better than Tim Duncan?
nah,
Is he better than Larry Bird?
Nah, Larry did it as the face. I can't. I had to think. Nah, Larry did
Is
it.
he better than Magic?
Definitely not better than Magic.
Is he better than Kareem?
No, can't say that. Can't say that.
Is he better than Will? And we ain't even watch Will, but we know what the numbers is. Better than Will.
No, what the numbers say, I can't say he's better.
Okay, cool. Damn, that's 10 right there. And those was the easy ones because you debated Larry. I don't know why you debated
I
Larry. He's
thought I
not
thought about it for a second, and it hit me. It's like, nah, Larry did it as the face of the Celtics. Nah, he was the head guy.
Dion, that's 10. That's 10 right there.
Only out of that 10, the only one that's a real conversation is Wilt, but that his
You
numbers
can't,
are
you
crazy.
can't, I was gonna say you can't even that's not even a conversation because Will's the only dude to score 100 points. Like that's not even a conversation.
Yeah, because his numbers outside of that, no. I mean, you can, yeah, you can't. Yeah, I was thinking about only other person I thought about for a half a second was Steph. Was like, no, Steph is way better than KD.
He got them two rings with Steph, and then Steph got two more on top of that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I said,
yeah. He's
those
definitely
was
not
it
top 10.
to me, to me, those 10 are the without question, they better than KD. Without question, to me, those 10 are better than KD. But then we ain't got to the ones that's like up in the air, like the dream, Hakeem. Like,
Hakeem, that's up in there. Yeah.
and you could debate them too. So, and depending on which way it falls. So that's why,
KD was on the 75 team. The
yeah,
same he was on that. Do you remember
yeah.
what number he was?
I don't think they ranked them. They just put them.
Wrinkle.
They didn't rank them. They just put
All I care about is
because
the
actually
late.
it was 76. It was actually 76 of them. It wasn't 75 of them because it was a tie.
Damn,
It was
right up the top. So when Clay was over there doing that 70 stuff, 76 stuff, he was technically 77, huh? Damn, Clay. I
yeah,
know,
but I don't even think he was 77 because honestly, I think the white should have been 77.
yeah, I know. I just know Clay was pretty hot about it. I just care. I just want to know my boy Wade was one of them. That's what mattered to me.
Oh, for sure,
That's what mattered to me. But damn,
for
all
sure.
right. At least he's one of the top. At least KD's one of the top 75 for sure.
Yeah, he's top. I would say he's the top 20, but I know he ain't.
Yeah, you ain't top
I
10.
know he ain't top 10.
Well, all right. So again, what else going on in the NBA before we get out of here that needs to be talked about? All right. Oh, King.
I ain't even say Bill Russell, by the way.
Damn.
I just left that what I thought of, but I left it. I didn't even say Bill. He got 11 of them things. You're not putting him over KD. I mean, you're not putting KD over him.
I always think, man, that man Bill Russell got one on his toe. He got a
Oh,
toe ring.
wow. Wow. That's wow. But yeah,
But so, what else? Oh yeah. Q's he's still beating me.
I
Well,
mean, did you want to talk about it? You
yeah.
want to, you want to talk
I
about
was looking to see what's else going on in the NBA world. I mean, I'm looking at not much else.
we could. I didn't know. I thought you just wanted to end the pod before we talked about it, but we can address the fact that everybody we ranked our team. We picked our team. We picked a total win draft. Dion's team is sitting right now at the last time we set it up. We did it. It was 343. Now Dion has 385. Well, last time we did it, I had 381. Now I have 423. Dion, do you want to talk about what's hurting you? Because we talked about it pre-pod. It's one team that's really hurting
I was wrong about the New Orleans Pelicans. I figured, Zion would be somewhat healthy and because they've had some good seasons. They finished like top 4 seed. Zion to get hurt for the playoffs and don't play in the playoffs. That's what I was assuming gonna happen. Didn't know Brandon Ingram would decline 40 million less dollars to get out of there. I didn't think that would happen. 40
you.
million.
Well, I don't think they wanted to pay him that. I don't think he declined. I think they ain't gonna pay him.
It seemed from what it seemed like he had $160 million offer and chose to take 120 for Toronto.
Mm.
Didn't see that happening. So yeah, New Orleans, I low key got beef with y'all dude. It's okay though. It's okay.
Mm. Yeah, I mean that's really what's hurting you.
And
I mean,
tell them about what's helping you. Somehow don't know how you did it. but you picked the two best teams in the NBA.
I did so happen to pick Oklahoma City and Cleveland, the team that I forget about all the time. But I was drafted. And that's the thing. Cleveland didn't get drafted to the seventh round.
And who would have thought they went on like what 25 game win streak to start the season?
Like so. What's hurting you is the Pelicans. Also, three of you got four teams under the 20 win mark. As of where I only have one. You got the Wizards. You got Brooklyn, Washington, Toronto, and the Pelicans. As of where all I got is Utah.
Yeah, I thought the Pelicans would be better. Uh, Toronto, I thought they would be better. I didn't want to draft the Wizards. It was one of them. I think they was one of the last picks.
Yeah, you actually took Toronto last.
I took Toronto last.
Yeah, Washington was right before that, and I got Chicago. Your last pick got 17. My Chicago got 22, and Detroit gave me 29. That's the thing. Detroit being good this year also helped me out as well. But yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. I mean, there's still time left. What I people say the All-Star break is the halfway point of the season. It might be a halfway point of the season, but in terms of the
Yeah,
regular season, we're like what 2/3 to the regular
yeah,
season.
we 2/3. Hell, Cleveland played 50 games. And they only play 82. Yeah, and
We're 2/3 into the season. Oh man, speaking of games played, we forgot a little something that we can probably move to next week, huh?
you will move to next week.
We'll move into next week. So that'll do it for another episode of From My Perspective. Q's tearing me up in this total win game. Pelicans, pick it up. Please do so. Pick it up. But guys, please like, please subscribe. This is coming out on Valentine's Day, so hope you have a good Valentine's Day. Whether you're single or in a relationship, if you're single, treat yourself. If you're in a relationship, treat your partner. My little rant of the day before we get out here. Valentine's Day is for both people. I'm just saying, man and woman, and don't give me that Swedish bull crap. Because if you say something about Swedish, I'm gonna ask you what day is Swedish Day, and you're gonna be like, I don't know exactly. We will celebrate Sweetest Day when Kroger's or Walmart or Dollar General or any of these big time stores dedicate a whole section of their store for that day. You don't even know when Sweetest Day is. So Valentine's Day is for both people. Just wanted to get that off my chest again. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, buy some merch. A little too late to buy your main chick something for Valentine's Day because it's tomorrow, but you can probably get your side piece something, the day after. They like stuff too. If you got one of those, I mean, I don't, but if you got one of those, do that. Anything else, Q? Anything you want to rant on?
I'm just gonna say, like you said, this is dropping on Valentine's Day, but also while y'all here, man, check out hold up another thing. We did a Valentine's Day special there, talking about why the importance of Valentine's Day, and we also shared some Valentine's Day story. And then on the Mixed Bass podcast, we did a Valentine's Day special. We did an R. Kelly draft. We picked the R. Kelly songs from best song to best album. And yeah, man, y'all go over and listen to tell me who y'all think won. But yeah, shot again.
Y'all heard it there first again, once more. If you hadn't did it the first time or the second time, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. Hey, enjoy your Valentine's Day. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see y'all next time. Take us home, Q.
Man, you already know the best. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka say your name upon this pod. Might not with you tomorrow.